What's going on, Ophiuchus? How are you guys? I hope you guys are all well out there. Welcome to Ophiuchus and me. I appreciate you guys, all of you guys, so very much for stopping by here with me to catch a vibe and see what's up, see what's good. It's July 15th, 2025, and it's 8:14 a.m. right now, and it's Tuesday, so hope you guys are all having a lovely Tuesday if you catch this on this day. And yeah, appreciate all of you guys, old and new. Hope you like, hope you stay, hope you enjoy the reading. If you're new, I do Oracle, I do Index, I do 3 decks of Tarot. Okay, so hope you guys are well. Let's get started. All right. I'm going to use this tail or Tao Oracle. Tail, I think it's tail. So at the bottom we have number 18, which equals to a number 9. And it says work on what has been spoiled. Okay. So at the bottom it says healing, correct past mistakes, make repairs, clean up corruption, restore balance, and responsible action. Okay. So that's what's required. Right off the top, healing. That's our sign, what we're like here for, all the different things we've experienced, to alchemize and turn it into healing energy. Okay. Correct past mistakes, just fixing, what has been taken or ruined, messed over, in whichever way that is, That's really kind of like what's happening right now with just the collective, all of us here, the earth, cleansing, healing, the people, history, so on and so forth. So yeah, very interesting. So let's see what this reading is about today. Let's continue to heal every day. Ourselves, help others by just being a positive beacon. And maybe possibly some positive insight if it's something that you've been through or, seen someone close to you go through. So maybe you can give a tidbit of advice. I have here number 30. It says the clinging. Alright, it says at the bottom, fire, illumination, inspiration, devotion, an all-consuming passion, regeneration, spirituality, virtue, and enlightenment. So, like, right off the bat, like, I just feel like those two parts connected. There's a deep fire within you, to restore. Okay. You have a great passion. Um, People could also be drawn to that energy that you have. And clingy, maybe even too. Okay. Um, let's see what we have here. Number 30. Okay, so it says, excuse me. The message here is to consider the qualities of fire and its dual nature. On the one hand, it provides warmth and illumination that disperses darkness, revealing the hidden, and on the other hand, it is capable of ruthless destruction. It defines, brings clarity, is brilliant and beautiful, and can be utterly enchanting, or alternatively can be all-consuming, difficult and voracious in its appetites. The climate usually associated with fire is bright, hot, and passionate. Yet, in some instances, it can be experienced as cool and passionately dispassionate. It is dangerous in its apparent ability to mesmerize while it is consuming, to the point where the consumed is eliminated, devoured by its own attraction, like the moth in the flame. And just like the hypnotized moth, we humans will even put our lives at stake to participate, even briefly, in a moment of glory. If passion is strong enough, we will fight aggressively to defend our beliefs in spite of the havoc those beliefs might unleash. To harness the powerful, transformative quality of fire requires maturity, and maturity doesn't happen overnight. It develops at a slow and deliberate pace, sometimes requiring that we get burned in the process. A fiery temperament prefers to leap now and deal with the consequences later. And it is simply childish to blame fate for what you attract when your actions are ruled by impulsiveness. Passionately surrendering one's own cautious instincts can be in the service of anything. A person, a place, an object, or point of view, and is bound to be transformative in some form or other. Or I would say, or another. But however, surrendering to an all-consuming passion virtually guarantees will emerge from the experience irrevocably changed from how we entered it. Once a longing is powerful enough and it seems impossible to withdraw, we've already taken the first steps into the fire. What's more, even if we could, we wouldn't turn back. In some instances, to deny a fascination can be deeply troubling, blinded by, quote unquote, the light of what seems to be our destiny. We can rush headlong into danger, driven by an inexplicable longing, only to wake up dazed and distraught later on. But with awareness, such experiences can be recognized as invaluable in that they help to clarify our acts and motivations. Awareness makes it possible to appreciate, not simply to endure. The processes of regeneration. The processes of regeneration. If you feel as though you're standing in fire now, respect its capacity to cleanse and purify as it burns off whatever has become here goes a word, what is this word? Extra something. And it really has me pause because I do not know what this is. And I'm not going to try to keep sounding it out because I'm making myself tired. Extra. Lord have mercy. Extraneous. Extraneous. Okay, it means irrelevant. Well, extraneous. Is that what it? Extraneous. Extraneous. Let me back up a little bit, okay? Alright, so if you feel as though you're standing in fire now, respect its capacity to cleanse and purify as it burns off whatever has become extraneous or irrelevant. Extraneous or irrelevant and burdensome in your life. Why can't they just say irrelevant? You see what I'm okay. Never mind. Anyhow, this will help you to appreciate what is happening rather than resist it. Remember, too, that life is not out to destroy you, but is working continuously to support your growth and ultimately your self-realization. Once this time has passed, you will have a new respect and appreciation for the uncomplicated and simple things of life. Ultimately, it all boils down to your inner perspective, whether you become bitter and burnt out by an experience or take it in stride and appreciate how it has helped you to grow, revitalizing your life in the process. That was like really long, and it's still more, a little bit. But however the case, you have this very strong desire in you. You're constantly putting your best foot forward, seeing the goodness of things, trying not to get burnt out, on the passion that is behind you. Okay. I've been getting this a lot for Ophiuchus, though, the past couple of readings, overall energy, like whatever it is that's on your mind, whatever it is that's strong desire, just do it, I mean, really. But at the same time, having, the control, like I said, the maturity, to, you know, not get burned out, to enjoy the process, to enjoy the ups, the downs, to just kind of go along with this energy. And fire is definitely an energy. And some can, you know, you can get burned by it, or, you can get enlightened by it, so many different things um, that it's used for, how it can affect you, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, yeah, and being aware. Yeah, and burning off what is irrelevant. Get my charger. Alright, let's get this party started. We're already 16 minutes in. Alright. Appreciate you guys. Here we have it. Let's move along here to the little white index cards. I'ma be rich. Black Eyed Peas. You have a strong desire to do something, to change something. You know it's lucrative. You know you will be. Somebody wants to work with you. So get ready. That was in the title, the last reading, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But however, shall we proceed with the read? Humanitarian. Yeah, there we go. You're out here making a difference. Your energy. Only move forward. Streets are talking, let them bark. Yeah, you're doing something. People are talking. You know, you're doing something. Keep on doing it. What will be, will be. All right. Last step. It's never too late to begin anew. Never, ever, never. That's the truth. There is a reason for everything. Okay, so now let's get started with this portion of the reading. Okay, see what we get. All right, first card. Beautiful inside and out. Okay. Hear me out, please. Someone's a DJ or a party starter. You're into yoga or stretching. Yes, guys, please stretch. Some people probably it can wait. Okay. Gets no better than this. Feel like a new person. Fresh new start. Bags, coin, your money. It's on point. You listening to some punk rock music, or you listen to punk rock music a lot? Someone could be going back to school. A love like none other. Someone has a myopic perspective or point of view while you're grounded out here. There are children involved. Very intense emotions. Ace of Swords energy. Renewing wedding vows. Be effective. And someone is getting the silent treatment. You've come too far to turn back now. Someone's name starts with the letter D. Daniel, Danielle, David, Deborah, Donovan. Flight attendant. Danny, Danica, very attractive. You're making boss moves. They better recognize. You could be a tutor or needing to hire a tutor. Just say going back to school and you're like, oh my gosh. Show up and show out. Just my imagination running away with me. That's the Temptations. Breakfast for dinner, waffles and eggs, strawberries. Reliable police officer. I wanna know your name. That's the Whispers. Someone's name starts with the letter B. Brittany, Bobby, Brandon. I don't know. I mean, dentist. I was sitting there trying to think of all these B names. I say Bobby already. I don't know. Elderly parents. Oops. Oh, someone's immature. Well, you're mature. That's not a good match, now is it? Someone could be desperate for attention. Yeah, that's very immature. Customer service representative. You're a clean freak, OCD like type. You were accepted. Taurus, earth sign. Take control of the situation. 911 dispatch operator. What's your emergency? You can be LinkedIn everywhere. Nobody will ever love you like you. Autumn time. We'll be here before we know it. True intentions. You have teenage children. I said children involved here. Now I have teenage children. Something could be very tempting. You're going to meeting after meeting. Maybe even some wine tasting in between. Something so elementary. Take a long walk and sip some lemonade. Take your clothes off and relax in the shade and just breathe. That's just Scott. Way too many drinks. Let's try again. Round two. He still lives at home with his parents. It said elderly parents here. It took some time. Have premonitions often. Don't overreact. Someone's name starts with the letter G. Giovanni, Gregory, Gil, Gina. Meant to be. Inspired. Overqualified. 4 to 6 months, approximately. End of the year. Next. There's a lot of cards today. Tranquility is what's needed. Life is good. A dream come true. Bachelorette. Make vacation plans. Someone's determined to make you theirs. Hot topic you are. Congratulations. Thanking God for everything. You're just very thankful. And maybe happy for the network that you have come across. Okay, also throughout your journey. All right, so here we have it. Now let's get us 3 of these cards. Okay. And then we can get to the tarot. So whatever it is, you just have a very high passion. Oops. On the card it said inspiration. And I saw very inspiring out here. Where was it? Maybe it was up underneath here. Oh no, here it is. It just says inspired. Okay. So you either inspired someone or, goes both ways, or you were inspired to continue the process, you know. You were accepted. Congratulations, you're a hot topic. Slowing down. Yep, just taking it in bit by bit. Enjoying every step that you take. Taking control of your situation. Slowing down. Not allowing something to consume you. Because the energy can be consuming. But you're in a good space mentally, and you know that God is real. But you feel like something isn't complete. At the bottom, maybe you haven't had any real desire or push to do it. Kind of just lazy. Sit. It can wait. I don't want to do it today. Maybe you're not vibing with it right now. From time to time. Maybe feel some things are irrelevant. You're just letting things blow off. But you're, very aware, as I said, consciousness, very tapped into just the energy around you. Okay. Tapped in very intense emotions, you are this flame. You have to be self-aware and conscious all the time. Like I said, but you know where that flame comes from, the source of it all, the Most High, Yahweh, YHWH, all praises to His name. Here we have it, completion and reverse. Okay, it says be effective. So maybe you feel like, you haven't been effective in some type of way, or you just feel like something you haven't completed something. You're on this big journey, or task or mission or something, but you've come too far to turn back now. Okay, yeah, you've been a little lazy, but you maybe were inspired, to keep going, to keep going, guys. Don't let anything stop you, take you down. All right, let's get us some tarot out here now. First deck, let's see what we get. Ophiuchus, appreciate you guys for being here with me. Let's see what we get. Page of Wands. A new start, a journey, looking towards something new. However the case, you're still moving forward. Something wasn't complete, you decided to start over, or something. Say going back to school. Nine of Cups talks about fulfillment. To the Three of Swords. You've been heartbroken before, but you're in a good space. Like I said, mentally you're really strong. Okay. And aware. Regardless if you're lazy. It's just you don't, you're in control. So here underneath the Source, you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun. So like I said, you're in a good space. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, with the Sun, happy, illuminated, understand, falling on the Ace of Swords energy. You understand where the fire comes from. Nine of Swords, but you have really been deep in thought lately about how you're going to make something work, how you're going to make it come about, what direction will you go in. You kind of don't have an idea or something, or because I talked about being blindfolded, and also making a quick split decision. Maybe it was a quick split decision for you to go back to school. Someone inspired you to go back to school or something like that, so you could further do something else, or reach a different group of people, or I don't know, something. So two of Cups in reverse. This is not about a love situation. It's just about you and your journey and the things that you really don't see that are being worked out for you in the background. As long as you stay with your true intentions and things like that. Yeah, true intentions. Moving forward in your vibration here with the Two of Pentacles next. You stay balanced. You stay looking at your life. You stay steady like that turtle, slowing down. You're learning how to really go with the flow of life. Um, and saying, yeah, it's okay, to be lazy sometimes if that's the flow that you're feeling, but at the same time, you were looking for something. You were looking for something, maybe to motivate you, like, or give you some sort of hint or idea, or, like, what can you do next, or something like that. But however the case here, I have Queen of Cups. So it's something that you truly do love to do. Your heart is all in it. Okay. With the King of Swords here at the bottom, said your heart is all in it. I don't know. All into the air sign. I don't know. Maybe wanted to work with the air sign, or however the case, air sign, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Or this could just indicate, yeah, guys, that's the trash man. I need to pause the video because I need to get rid of this chair outside. So I think it is, but he's on the other side right now, so that's good. Oh my goodness. So however the case, I get so distracted. However the case, we have here the King of Swords on top of the Queen of Cups. So like I said, your heart is all in it. And the King of Swords also represents the logical end of things and being very, stern in your approach. It's very, very intelligent individual. Someone that communicates well, like I said here, networking. It could be some sort of job that has something to do with speaking, maybe. Not too sure. But however the case, guys, I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys are still here with me right now. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys so very much. Come back and rock with me anytime here on Ophiuchus Me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, please. And thank you. And of course, only if you like. I appreciate it all. Here's the second deck. Let's see what we get, guys. So basically, you've seen some rainy days and some sleepless nights and all of that. And you've learned from a lot, yes. But there is something that is definitely on the horizon for you. You had the Get Ready card that was in here. You have this moon here, something that you don't see, And here you have this dream come true, You're in a stable space right now in your life. but also looking at life in terms of, maybe what can you do next, trying to find the right vibe, to jump on that, energy and see how you feel, what you're doing, where you're going or something. Not too sure. Maybe a King of Swords was the one that inspired you to do something different, you know, or someone that wants to work with you because they see your skill, your qualities, or how passionate you are. I don't know, a friend of a friend. I'm not too sure. But here we have it, second deck. Ace of Swords energy right there, that white card. You you operate in the truth. You don't see any other way of being or operating. You see clearly. You understand. You're on a mission. You're ready to go and ready to move forward. Multiple options, many options. But you were waiting for the right one, the right something to step into. You didn't want to waste your time, or your energy on something. With the Two of Wands, right? Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, 222. Could be seeing that. To the Sun, which you had already illuminated. Understand where that flame comes from that's within you. Happy, motivated, inspired to be the light, or a light. Moving with precision, though. Six of Cups talks about some sort of reconciliation. Or something that feels like home, or maybe some, like I said, some childhood friend or something like that presents something to you, and pushes you into another realm of thought or even direction altogether. Just, with your livelihood. Wow, ooh, now here at the bottom I have Ace of Cups. What was at the bottom on this deck? Oh, Four of Swords. So you were just resting. I was like, it's like you weren't being lazy. Just, catching a vibe. Just, feeling the vibrations, feeling what's going on around you, trying to really see what you really wanted. Just putting a lot of thought into it. Knight of Pentacles. Not a need to rush. You had a lot of options, a lot of different things that you could have done with your time. But you didn't rush into it. And here comes some sort of energy or frequency or idea of someone's that wants to work or, um, help you out or do something with you or your ideas. Ace of Cups, I don't know, like I said, it's something that you're really truly passionate about here. She said, oh, someone was talking in the background on the radio, and she said something about taking charge of your life, but then she said something about cancer after that, so I don't know. But however the case, guys, here we have it. Here's the last day. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of things that you could do or could have rushed into, uh, but one outweighs the other or something, and you're ready to put your energy into it, even to the point of going back to school or something like that. I don't know, this networking and being inspired and going back to school really stand out the most. And a dream come true could be something that you and like a best friend of yours when you were a little young person could have talked about, like so random, like we're gonna have our own, vet office, or whatever. I said vet, maybe like pets, maybe you never saw yourself really going back to school to become like a veterinarian or something like that. But you did, and now you have your own, you know, a practice, office, hospital, whatever. Or they do, and you got in contact with them, and they're like, like, yeah, I really did open that, you like lost contact or something like that, found each other on, social media or something. And yeah, started working again. It inspired you to go back to school or something like that. Okay. However the case, here we go, guys. Okay. I think I did this part already, but here we have it. The Two of Pentacles again. So yeah, just constantly looking at your life. Constantly balancing out your energies and things around you. Feeling what you feel, sensing what you feel. The Four of Pentacles. Holding on to how you feel. With the Queen of Pentacles next. Like I said already, here's the Nine of Pentacles. So you're in a comfortable space, but you're going to be put into a different caliber. Here, bad coins, money. After doing something, being strategic with your moves and how you move or what you put your energy into is going to now land, you in the right spot at the right time. Knight of Swords next. So it just took for you to, just reach out, or it talks about like having the courage, action to speak, to move, to learn. To the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Four of Swords over here. How's that not reverse over here? Underneath the Four of Pentacles. Like I say, right? Like, while you're trying to hold on to your energies and, just trying to feel what's around you, it was like a lot going on to where you were kind of restless, like, constantly in thought about, gosh, what's next, going from here to there, um, until something kind of came around or felt right or something. Or maybe, you're the one that has the idea and you want to present it to them, like, hey, let's, I don't know, go back to school, or, do that, project we always wanted to do, or start a business, or whatever. Wow, to the the King of Pentacles, falling right on top of the Queen of Pentacles. So like I said, it's like somebody like Queen of Cups, King of Swords, to the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So it could just be like somebody that you grew up with. I mean, could be maybe sibling, I don't know. Um, Somebody. Wow. So the King of Cups, and you were the Queen of Cups up here. That's what I'm saying, so it's something that he's just as well. It's something that both of you guys love, So here at the Seven of Wands, you're in a protected space. You've worked very hard throughout your life. You've done a lot of things in your life, and you refuse to, be defeated. You come too far to turn back now. You know that something's going to happen because you have passion within you, it just wasn't the right time, or, but divine timing is definitely present, and you are feeling uh, enlightened. Okay. You're feeling connected to uh, God, Source, because your fire has been ignited or something like that, or it's time to uh, get back into it, or dive back into your passions, or something like that. Flow with your own frequency. So I appreciate you, Ophiuchus, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Take care. Bye bye.